constantly training. And I love what I do. You can ask any of my actors. Where's my little Alexander? Where is he? Where's my baby? He's back here. Stand up, Alexander. Alexander is, he always reminds me that I say I don't like actors, I love actors. And that means I really like them too. It's just not, I just don't say I like them, because that's like, oh, so you like everything. You know, you like the trees, you like this, you like that. Basically, I love actors. We're all crazy, and you have to be crazy to be in the business. And I had a very special treat tonight. My cousin flew in today from New Jersey. She hollers, I'm going to the restroom, and she goes, Sarah! I think, I know that name, I know that voice. I turn around and it's Sarah. Well, so I'm really happy that she's here to share amongst the things that I do, because they really didn't get what I do for many, many years. I didn't get it, so how could they get it, okay? Because as an actor, you're always changing whatever it is that you do. I have a lot of my old-time students here tonight. Yay! I've got Michael Joy here that I used to work with at the Acting School of South Florida. Are you Michael? So again, once again, they all come out and they support, because that's what we have to do as a community, is to support one another. So without further ado, I'm going to bring the cast out. They're going to come out. Come on out, cast. And while they're coming out, and I want you all to know that they studied for 8 weeks. I've had some people here who have absolutely done theater before, and other people who are brand new. And that's what makes this class so special, is that I meld them together, and the new people learn from the seasoned people, etc., and they learn from each other. They're always supporting each other. They're a team. And that's how I usually do it. Now, before I go any further, save December the 9th. I know a few of you in rehearsal at December 9th, but that will be the Improvables. That's the improv show that will be going off that evening. So please come back and support those groups as well. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the show over to them, and enjoy.
Hello, I'm Tracy Kramer. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, hello.
Hi, my name is Brett Olson. May you be entertained.
Hello, my name is Vernell Robinson. Welcome.
My name is Sonia Smith, and thanks for coming.
Hi, I'm Brett LeGros, and please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Candace Logan. Thank you guys for your support.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Caesar. Thanks for coming.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Silva. Thank you so much for coming. Hello, I'm Jade Brereton. Enjoy the show.
Hi, everyone. I am Candace Logan again, and I will be doing a monologue from Lacey's Last Chance by Gabriel Davis, and I will be playing Lacey. My father was a wonderful man who waited on me hand and foot as a child. My mother used to jokingly call him the slave. And when I grew up, I expected to find a man as kind and as selfless as my father. And instead, I found Frank. I used to always give Frank these 30-minute back rubs, which he always asked for. He never gave me back rubs, unless I begged, and then they would only be for 30 seconds. One time, I broke both of my arms, and they were put in casts. And despite this, I still continued Frank's back rubs. Then my doctor told me that if I continued to use the muscles in my arms in that way, that I could permanently damage them and have unbearable shooting pains for the rest of my life. And when I told Frank what the doctor said, he told me that I was exaggerating because I was being lazy and didn't care about how his back felt. So a short time after that, I told him, after another one of Frank's back rubs, I told him, your turn, and I want 30 minutes because I always give you 30 minutes, and fair is fair. And Frank said, I thought you gave me back rubs because you loved me, not because you wanted something in return. And I explained to him that I do love him, but that I do want something in return because I give so much. And Frank told me that I was being selfish and needed to work on becoming a truly selfless person. So I tried to be selfless for a while, but the shooting pains in my arms, which he also refused to massage, became so unbearable that I just figured it would be easier to kill Frank than continue on trying to be selfless. And I know I could have just left or something, but the apartment was so nice. Why should I be the one to have to give it up? I'm the one who found it in the first place. And I suppose even still that there were other options that I could have considered, but I couldn't think of any at the time. Killing Frank was the best I could come up with.
Hello again, my name is Rebecca Silva, and I'll be performing a monologue called Once Upon a Bride, There Was a Forest by Kristen Palmer, and my character is Josie. This is my father. This is my Warren. Warren, remember? Remember me, Josie? You wanted to marry me, but I kept saying, not yet, not yet. But not because I didn't love you. I loved you. I love you. But I thought I was missing something. I thought I was missing my father. But now I found him, and it's him. But it's not him. I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever remember me. I don't look like I used to. I'm taller, I'm changed, I'm grown. He doesn't even know me. How could he? I'm not the kid he left. I'm a stranger standing here. And you left. You left me. Never even looked back.
Hello again, I'm Tracy Kramer.
And I'm Jennifer Caesar.
Tonight we're going to be performing a scene from
First Breeze of Summer.
Thank you, by Leslie Lee. I'll be performing the role of Britt.
And my character's name is Lucretia.
Come on now, every time we're together, they went out to dinner, she'll get drunk and sloppy sick with all her southern charm, and so will he, and when he's ready, they'll come home and flop into bed, bound by their drunkenness. We could be here the whole night, so stop worrying. Your mouth is really sensual, you know that, Lucretia? All you neighbors have such sensual mouths. Not like us white people.
Britton, when I was gone today,
Hey, where the hell were you? I was getting lonesome.
I was at the doctor today, Britton. He says I'm gonna have another baby.
He says you're what?
That's what he told me.
You're not saying it's mine, are you? You're not.
I hardly got off this house, Britton.
Well, who the hell did you go see? That some colored doctor across town?
Yes, but
You get yourself to a white doctor, you hear? Get yourself to a white doctor.
the man did a test or something.
I made sure.
Britton, not so loud.
They're gone, goddammit, I told you, and I'm not going to check that goddamn door again. I made sure. I took precautions with you every time. Unless that last time or some other time when you told me it was going to be all right.
I thought it was.
You thought. You thought. What do you mean you thought, Lucretia? Jesus Christ!
I thought it was.
You're trying to trick me. You black...
Britton, I'm not.
You're trying to trick me? One of those people out there, they knocked you up and you're trying to blame it on me!
I'm not like one of those fighty girlfriends you bring around here, boy.
Okay, just let me get my mind together. Sometimes I have a little trouble getting my mind together, you know. I have a little trouble and... These people around here, Lucretia, that white doctor, I'll get you to him, or that black one if that's what you like, and we'll get a job done on you, Lucretia. We'll
I'm not
get
going to
rid
get
of-
rid of it.
Oh, come on, you have to.
I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
Well, you better believe in it, Lucretia, because you have to do it. Don't tie me down with thoughts. Don't tie me down with something I am not ready to think about.
Britton, I thought about it. I'm going away from here.
Where? Saddled with 2 kids. Look,
I'm not
Lucretia.
going to do what you want me to do. I'll tell your father that I have to quit. That I have to go up north, but I'm not going to do it. I won't tell anybody. If that's what you're worried about.
No. No, you wouldn't. You should, but you wouldn't. So many things I want to do. So many goddamn places I want to be. Sometimes all at the same time. I wouldn't have any money. I'd just have a knapsack, perhaps. But I know I've got to go, Lucretia. I know I've got to get away from this goddamn place. Not you. Here. But even if I stayed, even if I did, you know it would be impossible, don't you?
Don't say anymore, Britton. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to build you a machine. We can build you any kind of machine you would like. We want to hear your ideas, throw them out, shout them out. What kind of machine would you like us to build?
Contraceptive machine. A robot's got a manufacturing machine.
Money make
Like
machine.
that? Oh, I like that one. A money-making machine. All right, one more machine. Any ideas?
Perpetual motion.
All right, ready?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vernell Robinson. I will be performing a monologue from George Bernard Shaw from My Fair Lady, and my character is Eliza Doolittle. My aunt died of influenza, so they say. I say someone did the old woman in. Love you. Why should she die of influenza? When she come through diphtheria the year before, everybody thought she was dead. But my father just kept ladling that gin down her throat. She come to so sudden, she knocked the bowl off the spoon. Now why should a woman like that die of influenza? And whatever happened to that new straw hat? Yeah, that's the one that should have come to me. Somebody pinched it. And them that pinched it be the ones that did her in. Them who she lived with, they would have killed her for a hat pin, let alone a hat. And as for father, ladling that gin down her throat, that wouldn't have killed her. Not her. Gin was as mother's milk to her. Besides, he poured so much down his own throat. He knew the good of it.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Brett LeGros, and my monologue this evening is from More Fun Than Bowling, written by Stephen Dietz, and I'll be playing the part of Jake. Well, I will tell you what, that woman can make a loaf of bread so good, you think you've sinned. Well, I can come home from the bowling alley, stomping home, in a rage about, I don't know, one thing or another, and I'll reach for that back door, and I smell that smell. That smell makes me stupid. That bread is so good, it'll wake up taste buds that you lost years ago. Drinking 3-2 beer, bring them right back to life. My mama used to make bread like that. And she'd make me sandwiches, big thick ones with a hard brown crust. Now, the city kids had Wonder Bread. If you know Wonder Bread, it's cut kind of thin, kind of soft, and somehow it meant that they had less dirt under their nails than I did. Well, every day I take my sandwiches to school, and I trade them with Mikey Swanson, so I could get a hold of his Wonder Bread, and I'd feel like one of them big city kids. I remember one time the grocer was out of flour. Dad brought home some Wonder Bread. Mama made me a sandwich with it, which I took to school. And that Mikey Swanson took one look at my sandwich. He never talked to me again. I guess the older I get, I'm thinking that anyone that can make a loaf of bread that good knows some secret of the universe.
Hi, my name is Brett Olson,
And I'm Candace Logan.
and we will be performing a scene from the play Romantic Comedy written by Bernard Slade,
I'll be playing Phoebe.
and my character is Jason. How's Leo?
Good.
And Allison?
Very well. I suppose you know she's running for Congress? You live alone?
All alone.
I'm sorry I walked out on you, Jason. I mean, at that time, in the middle of a production.
It wouldn't have mattered if you'd stayed. Nothing could have saved that play. Anyway, since we're on that subject, I said a lot of things in the heat of anger before you left.
Oh,
I-
you don't have to apologize for.
No,
any
no.
of-
I said something that's really been bothering me, and I'd like to retract it. It was stupid and childish, and I should never have said it. I never had my nose fixed.
I know.
How?
It was out of character.
For me to have it done?
No, for you to admit it.
I had forgotten what an excellent judge of character you were.
Why are you nursing such a grudge?
You're asking that seriously?
I think it's rather important we clear the air.
Oh, why?
Look, I understand that I ran out on you at an inopportune time, but is that any reason to sink into a childish sulk?
Childish? You flipped my life upside down. You ruined my marriage.
How did I ruin your marriage?
Look, I don't see any point rehashing all this.
In what way did I ruin your marriage?
All right. Do you know why Allison left me?
She found out about you and Kate Mallory.
And how do you think she found out? Why do you think she kept her nose to the scent like a Tennessee bloodhound?
I have no idea.
Allison kept asking why you walked out, wouldn't accept any of the reasons I gave her. It was maddening. She said, for you to leave, I must have done something absolutely horrendous.
Now, why would she think that?
Look, she was quite demented at the time. Totally irrational. It made no sense at all.
What didn't?
She was saying that for all the years that you and I were writing together, that you'd been in love with me.
I was in love with you.
Well, now you know why I bear you a certain animosity.
No, I don't.
Well, for God's sake, you might have had the decency to tell me.
You were married! You know what a stickler for form you were.
Well, you certainly kept it hidden very well.
Allison knew.
Well, I don't know how she sensed that.
Maybe it was the way I started to perspire whenever you came within 2 feet of me or clung to your every word.
I have that effect on a lot of people. Anyway, I resent being the last to know.
You were the first, Jason, and you loved it. I can't say I blame you. You had the best of everything. 2 women who loved you and devoted their lives to satisfying your every whim, and you reveled in it.
What other blinding revelations did you experience?
Well, that when I found out about you and Kate Mallory, I was really upset because I wanted you to make love to me.
You know, I liked you a lot better before you came out of your shell.
It's not easy for me to stand here and say these things, Jason.
It's not a lot of fun where I'm standing either. Look, is this encounter part of your therapy?
Partly. Naturally, I wanted to know how I'd feel when I saw you.
And how's it going so far?
Well, are you just being flip or do you really want an answer?
You used to be able to tell.
I also came for professional reasons. Have you read romantic comedy?
What's that?
It's the title of my book. I thought you would have been curious. No matter. I want to adapt it into a play and I want you to work on it with me.
Why?
Well, there are 2 reasons. First, I'd like to tell you how I came up with the idea.
Oh, is that absolutely necessary?
It was a funny quote by Hemingway.
Yes, he's always cracked me up.
He said that he and this woman were in love for 40 years. But whenever he was single, she was married. And whenever she was single, he was married. He said they were victims of an unsynchronized passion. It got me started to thinking about us. Well, I really started the book as therapy. Well, of course I fantasized a few parts to make it more interesting, but I guess what I'm saying is you should work on it with me because I stole your character.
Isn't that where you came in 14 years ago?
Well, that didn't turn out so bad, did it?
You said there were 2 reasons.
Well, the second reason should be obvious. You're the best writer of this sort of material I know.
There's a 3rd reason.
Oh?
Yeah, you think my life is a shambles, and I need the money.
Well, I would be lying if I said I weren't aware of that. But I assure you that has nothing, very little to do with my offer. It's not your lack of money that worries me, Jason. It's your lack of spirit. You need to work.
I am not a charity case.
I never said you were.
No, you said a lot more. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to perform an improvisation for you called My Life as A. And we just need some input from the audience. So you can think of anything you want. Let your imagination go wild. It could be a rock, a star, an airplane, starfish, whatever. Yell something out. I didn't get anything.
Rock star.
Rock star, okay. I heard rock star. Jade, my life is a rock star.
My life as a rock star. This is my stage. I'm there every night, playing for you, making you jam, giving you the time of your life. Then sex, drugs, and rock and roll thereafter, right? Crash till 2 p.m., do it all over again. My life as a rock star.
Okay, we're keep going with this. Another idea. What? A pizza. My life is a pizza.
My life as a pizza. Wow, what imagination a pizza has, or actually the person that's eating it. My life as a pizza, you can put anything on me you want. And I go into this big wide mouth, see all the cavities, all this stuff. My life as a pizza is just that, my life as a pizza.
Okay, please give us another idea.
Zombie.
I heard zombie. Rebecca, zombie. My life is a zombie. Rebecca.
My life as a zombie. Well, people know that zombies are dead. I am a dead person walking around. You know, I don't know exactly how it works, but I have some sort of small conscious that allows me to still operate. But I'm dead. My life as a zombie.
My life is a
Seahorse.
policeman. Seahorse.
Jack Malanga.
Brett, my life is a seahorse.
My life is a seahorse. Not an exciting life, but I am pretty colorful. The sea is mine. If you've seen an old Western, maybe you've seen a seahorse if I were underwater. What else can I say about my life as a seahorse? I spend all day in the water. My life is a seahorse.
Keep it coming. My life is a dinosaur. I heard dinosaur. Jennifer, my life is a dinosaur.
My life as a dinosaur. Well, you've seen me. I'm in one of those really big movies. I'm sure you've seen me in Jurassic World, Jurassic Park. You know, I play alongside your favorite actors. It's pretty exciting. I really like working with them. And my life as a dinosaur.
My life as a...
Memory.
One at a time, plees.
Alien.
What was the thing that ended with ancient?
Hair
Hair extensions? Begonia. My life is hair extensions.
My life is a hair extension. I can be wavy, I can be long, I can be short, I can be blonde, I can be all kinds of things as a hair extension. But mostly, cute. Really cute. You don't see too many, well, yeah you do. My life is a hair extension.
Another one, please. My life is...
Cows.
I heard some over here. What was it?
Finger.
Finger? Please, Candace. My life as a finger.
My life as a finger is pretty awesome. I have 9 siblings, and we're all really tight. And you know, people say that we're fingers, but you don't see us finging all day. But you just don't know what it looks like. My life is a finger.
Rain cloud.
A cow.
What was it?
A
Rain
lion.
cloud.
Rain cloud? Tracy.
Yeah.
My life is a rain cloud.
My life is a rain cloud. I'm damp, but I'm not dense. You can fly through me. I come in shapes, and when you lay on the grass, as I change shapes, maybe I'm a duck, maybe I'm a couch, and if you piss me off, I'm gonna rain on you. My life is a rain cloud. We have one left. Make it go.
You're in it.
Lion.
Q-tip.
What was that back there?
Lion.
You get the lion, fine. Okay. Lion.
My life is a lion. You know, I really haven't made. I lay around the African savannah while all the women go hunting for me. And I get to do the mating, too. I mean, I don't see a single downside to being a lion. Everybody fears me. I can go into a village and I can eat little babies, or I can eat my own children, even. And I got this beautiful mane that everyone just is jealous of in the entire jungle. It's a great life. My life is a lie.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Caesar. I'll be performing a monologue called Thanksgiving in the Wilderness, and my character's name is Rita. You know what, jackass? The world is filled with guys like you. Sarcastic guys who spend all their time pointing out the shortcomings of others, rolling their eyes, shaking their heads, passing judgment, and cracking jokes. You are not unique. You're just one more pretentious bastard. I've had enough of guys like you, who just supposedly damage guys who don't believe in monogamy anymore, who just sleep around and announce ahead of time they don't want to be anybody's boyfriend. You think this honesty makes you a decent person? At the end of the day, you're taking advantage of women who, for whatever reason, don't know they deserve better. Emily is an amazing woman. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's kind. Any guy would be lucky to have her. If you think you can find a girl like her, you can't. And you treated her like last week's garbage. You know what? Screw this. Let's just go home.
I'm Tracy Kramer.
And I'm Brett LeGros,
We are going to be performing a scene from Tea House of the August Moon.
written by John Patrick,
I'm going to be playing the role of Colonel Purdy.
and I'll be playing the part of Captain Fisby.
Now, is the schoolhouse finished?
No, sir, it isn't.
Why isn't it finished?
It isn't finished because it isn't started yet.
Fisby, I have a splitting headache, and I ask you not to provoke me needlessly. Where is the schoolhouse?
Well, I never built it.
Don't stand there and tell me you never built it. I sent the lumber down 2 months ago.
Has it been that long, sir?
What did you do with the lumber I sent?
I built a tea house.
I don't suppose you have any aspirin?
No, sir, I haven't.
Sit down, Fisby. I want to be fair. I'm a patient man. When I run into something that defies reason, I like to find reason. What in the name of occupation do you mean you built a tea house instead of a schoolhouse?
Well, it's a little hard to explain, sir. Well, everyone in the village wanted one, and Lotus Blossom needed a place to do her work.
And just what is your relationship with this woman?
Well, she was a gift, sort of, and, well, she's a geisha girl, after a fashion.
You built this tea house, this place, for her to ply her trade with lumber belonging to the Army of Occupation of the United States government?
Well, it just seemed like lumber at the time, sir.
Fisby, are you operating a house prostitution?
Oh, no, geishas aren't what you think.
Don't tell me what to think. Army intelligence, they warned me that something mighty peculiar might be going on here in Tobakai.
What's Army intelligence got to do with this, sir?
Well, you're not very cunning, are you, Fisby? With all the occupation money finding its way to this particular village, did you think it wouldn't come to the attention of intelligence?
Oh.
No. Why, Fisby? Why did you do it?
Well, Lotus Blossom needed a place to teach the Ladies' League how to become geishas.
Fisby, do you mean to say you've turned all the decent women of this village into professional... How could you sink to such depths, man?
I was only doing what the majority wanted, sir.
Well, I don't doubt that statement. I don't doubt that at all. Sad thing, it's taken a war to convince me that most of the human race is degenerate. Thank God I come from a country where the air is clean and the wind is fresh and we lie under a blanket of protection.
Oh, would you quit listening to yourself for a moment? Listen to me. There's nothing that goes on in that tea house that your own mother couldn't watch.
You be careful how you use my mother's name, Fisby!
Well, okay. My mother, then.
Well, tell me this, then. What is bringing all that occupation money to this particular village? There is only one thing, Fisby, that attracts that kind of money.
Well, evidently there's two.
Well, if it's not honor you sell here, then what?
We make things.
What?
We make things. Mats and hats and cricket cages.
150,000 yen finds its way to this particular village every month. You can't convince me that the American soldier spends all of that on cricket cages.
Well, naturally not all of it, sir.
Bring, 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 bring,
Well, answer it.
bring, bring.
Oh, probably nothing, sir.
Well, it may be from me. Answer it.
Oh, it rings all day. Pay no attention.
I'll answer it. Hello? What do you want? Who is this? Well, Commander Myers, I think you have the wrong connection. This is not a brewery. Yes. 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 I see. I see. I see.
It's the only thing we could make that people on the island wanted to buy, sir.
Brandy. I don't know which is worse. Putting your country in the white slave trade or the wholesale liquor business. Congress will have to decide.
We've got the most successful village on the island, sir.
This ends my Army career. I promised Mrs. Purdy I would come out a general. You have broken a fine woman's heart, Fisby.
You said, make this village self-supporting, Fisby.
I didn't tell you to encourage lewdness and drunkenness. You have sullied your nation's reputation. The tears that could flow from a scandal like this will make it...
all right. Shall I kill myself then?
Don't minimize this. You don't know the enemy's genius for propaganda.
Do they have to know? I mean, we're doing all right.
Yes, they have to know. I requested the investigation myself. I notified the Inspector General. And now I have to radio Washington this whole story.
Oh.
Well, what did you do with this money you made so dishonestly?
I banked it in Seattle, sir.
Oh, that's despicable, making a private fortune off the labor of these ignorant people.
No, I haven't touched a cent for myself, sir. It's all in the name of the Tobakai Cooperative. The entire village are equal partners, share and share alike.
That's communism.
It is?
I'll be lucky if I come out of this war private. There's only one thing left for me to do.
Well, what's that, sir?
First, you will consider yourself under technical arrest. Then you will report at once to HQ, where you will await court-martial.
Yes, sir.
Gregovich!
Hi, my name is Sonia Smith, and I'll be performing a monologue from Angela Grimke entitled Rachel. My character will be Mrs. Lane. I never believed anyone could be as cruel as that, and to a little child. It isn't very pleasant. When the teacher found out that Ethel wouldn't respond, she said to her sharply, "Take your seat." And at recess time, Ethel could hear all the children went out to play. She could hear them all laughing and playing and shrieking. Even the teacher went. But Ethel was made to sit in that classroom all alone because God had made her ugly and black. When recess was half over, the teacher went back. And she said to Rachel, "Ethel, you may go now." Ethel said, "I don't want to go out there. Please." She said, "Oh, you don't, do you? Go immediately." So Ethel went outside. She stood near the steps. No one spoke to her. Children ran away from her in every direction. They ran in every direction. Finally, one little girl, she walked up to her. She ran her hands down Ethel's face. And she looked at her hand, and she looked at Ethel's face, and she went screaming back to the others, "It won't come off! It won't come off, see?" Other children followed her example. she is? She's a nigger. Other children pick up the cry. Nigger, nigger. God or the devil intervened, and the school bell rang. The children all filed in. One little boy, he said, nigger, right in front of the teacher. She said, that isn't nice. But she smiled at the little boy. The rest of the day was much of the same. At the end of school, Ethel put on her hat, and she put on her coat, and she started home. Quite the crowd escorted her home, calling her nigger the entire way. I made her go to school the next day. I was determined not to make them force us out. I went to the authorities. They took it lightly. At the end of 2 weeks, I had to take her out.
Hello again, I'm Tracy Kramer, and I will be performing a monologue from Prisoner of 2nd Avenue, written by Neil Simon, and my character is Mel Edison. Edna, talk to me for a few minutes because I think I'm going out of my mind. I'm unraveling. I'm losing touch. I don't know where I am half the time. I walk down Madison Avenue and I think I'm in a foreign country. Something is happening to me. I'm losing control. And I can't handle things anymore. The phone on my desk rings 7, 8 times before I answer it. I forgot how to work the water cooler today. I'm standing there, holding an empty cup in my hand, and water is running all over my shoes. I would give $1,000 to charity if I could feel tension, if I could feel tense. If you're tense, you're tight, you're holding on to something. And now, I don't know where to grab. I'm slipping and I'm scared. Can't see my analyst. He's dead. 6 years, $23,000. What does he care if he gets a heart attack? He's got my money. And I won't see another one. Start over from the beginning. Hello. Sit down. What seems to be the trouble? It cost me $23,000 just to fill this doctor in on the information I already gave the dead one. I don't know where I am, or who I am anymore. I'm disappearing, Edna. I don't need analysts. I need lost and found. Even the cactus is dying. Strongest plant in the world, only needs to be watered twice a year. I can't make a go of it at 88th and 2nd. What worries me is if I ask for 2 weeks off, they'll give me the other 50 weeks as well. I'm not worried about losing my job. I'm worried about keeping it. Losing it is easy.
Hello, my name is Jade Brereton.
And I am Rebecca Silva.
We will be doing a scene from Impossible Marriage by Beth Henley. My character is Floral.
And my character is Pandora.
Pandora, wait a moment. I have something.
What?
Let them go. Let them get out of range.
What is it?
I love you.
Yes, I love you too.
I just wanted to let you know in case you had any doubts. That being said, I have something I have to ask you. Why are you marrying this man?
He divorced his wife of 23 years, all of his children just for me.
Ask yourself ponderously, does that speak well of his character?
His character's not important. He's an artist.
So you have no gnawing concerns, no doubts about your future? I mean, he's twice your age, rumored to be a drunkard, decidedly a philanderer, and has been known to wear a ponytail? That makes no matter to you?
Not really, no.
Very well, as you wish.
Thank you, but you mustn't be concerned. He's everything you've ever wanted, all my heart's desires. I couldn't be happier. If only he were more my age.
What can you do? He won't get any younger, just older.
I wouldn't mind it. If only
What?
his hands have spots.
Age spots? Liver spots? Death spots?
There were brown ones, and there were gray hairs all over him, on his chest even. And another thing, he cries when he looks at me.
You're gonna be his nursemaid.
What? I'm too young to be his nursemaid.
And yet, it's your fate.
Oh, you're my older sister. Please save me. Make everything all right again. I'm too young for all of this.
All right. I will help. I'll call it out for you.
He's gonna be so angry.
And yet, he shall be. And you can't sacrifice your life to some dawdling relic just because he made you into a silly legend.
I like being a legend.
And is that worth a bad marriage?
You have a bad marriage.
Why would you say that? Jonesy and I are very happy.
You seem to despise him. Yesterday, you and I were going out to get malts. Jonesy asked to join us, and he changed your mind immediately, saying you had no interest in a malt. When we returned with our malts, you cried, saying because you wanted a malt after all. When we returned with our malts, Jonesy offered you his, but you shoved it away with such a force that it fell and sputtered all over the cobblestones.
So I suppose I didn't want a malt anymore. I mean, you don't know what it's like to be pregnant. These cravings are uncontrollable. They are very deep, and reason does not speak to them. Now, do you want me to call up your wedding or not?
What do you think I should do?
I don't know why you ask me. I mean, this is up to you entirely. This will make or break your life, and I will not be held responsible. Only you can decide.
I don't know. Why ask me? Ooh, let's pour the petals off this flower. Whatever says it will be so.
Really, Pandora? That is a childish way to make up your mind. A foolish solution.
I think it'll be fun to do it this way.
Fine, it's your life.
Yes, I'll marry him. No, I will not. Yes, I'll marry him. No, I will not. Yes, no. Yes, no. It stopped.
Fine.
But my heart.
Oh, it's too late. Live by the flower, die by the flower. The wedding is off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another improvisation for you called The Talking Hands. Women are going to start, and we need two topics of conversation. I'll take one from this side, one from that side. A topic of conversation.
A burning sensation.
Okay? burning sensation. And over here,
Intuition.
I heard shampoo. Rebecca, you be talking about shampoo. Okay? Go for it.
I have this burning sensation. I'm not quite sure what to do about it. You
Really?
know?
What does it feel like? Where in your body is it?
It's like, it's in my heart.
Oh, I'm relieved to hear that.
It's, you know, I met this guy, and I don't know how to describe him besides he's a burning sensation.
Really? Well, have you seen my hair? Sing a song with a little bit, girl. Let's talk about some hair. What do you think of mine tonight?
Your hair looks like it's hot. It's on fire. It's on fire.
Why, thank you.
It's awfully beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I washed it. And I used conditioner. So yeah, I actually tasted it.
You know? Did it
It's
burn?
so delicious.
No?
Yes, I actually, I
You had a
some
burning
heat on my hair.
sensation too?
My heat
No?
on my hair. Yes, and I had to straighten it with, straighten iron. It was very, very hot. I feel very, very bad. I had to put protection. Yeah.
This guy,
on my
let
hair.
me
Thank
tell
you,
you.
ladies.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we have men talking to each other, if that indicates what you have them talk about. Can I get that? Motorcycles over here? Okay, over here. Did I hear?
Traffic.
Traffic? Okay. Motorcycles.
Motorcycles?
Traffic.
Well, have you seen my hog?
I saw it in traffic.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Yes. I just got it.
It looks good in traffic.
Yeah. I don't drive it past 5 miles an hour, though.
I would not in this traffic.
No. I basically go around the block. That's it.
Have you seen traffic?
Well, yeah. I mean,
You have to be Tarzan.
you are, I guess. Yeah. Oh, who knew? Yes, my motorcycle is it's got flames on the gas tank, and it makes that loud potato noise. And
Traffic, yes.
yeah, well, my mom won't let me drive it down, but to the end of the driveway. So
That's because she's seen you in traffic.
yeah, I tried to leave her in traffic, but she wouldn't stay there. So she don't like riding on the back anymore since I hit those big bumps. But I'm, all the guys at the chess club love my Harley. So
Well, it's a pretty cool Harley.
yeah, they all come over and we play chess.
I love it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yay!
Hi, my name is Brett Olson, and I will be performing a monologue from the movie V for Vendetta, written by the Wachowskis, and my character is V. Who? Who is but the form following the function of what? And what I am is a man in a mask. Of course you can see that. I am not questioning your powers of observation. I am merely remarking upon the paradox of asking a masked man who he is. But, on this most auspicious of nights, permit me then, in lieu of the more commonplace sobriquet, to suggest the character of this dramatis persona. Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified, and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice, and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. The only verdict is vengeance. A vendetta, held as a votive, not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, this vichyssoise verbiage veers most verbose. So let me simply add that it is my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jade Brereton. I will be performing a monologue from Oh Dad, Poor Dad, Mama's Hung You in the Closet,